All right, with me to discuss the Weinstein case in studio, Rachel Kaufman, criminal defense attorney, and in our Court TV studio in New York, jury consultant, Mark Calzaretta. Mark, I want to go to you first and get your initial impressions on the Weinstein case. Let's say you're a consultant for the defense. Who do you want on this jury? To what extent do you want familiarity with Weinstein, with Hollywood, with all of that? What would be your goal?
So I think anyone, you would not want, if I'm on the defense, I don't want anybody who is familiar with the Me Too movement, so to speak, and as a general sense, and anyone that's really
might be kind of hard
with this whole case. Yeah, that's not going to be easy, and that's what you're seeing, because that's why this has taken so long. There's they're dismissing about 70% of jurors every single day, and then they're moving, out of the ones they retain, they're moving like 45-ish every day for knowledge of the case that are saying, hey, I've already prejudged this case. So that's the challenge if you're on the defense here, is just because this case is so unusual. I mean, look, it sparked a complete movement across the United States, right? So to try to find people that are not aware of it, and even when people will say, hey, I can be fair, you still have to wonder whether they truly can or not.
In your opinion,
it's a tough call.
In your experience, do jurors in a high-profile case especially, are there the stealth jurors? Are there those people that they want to be a part of all this, big case, all this attention?
Sure.
I want to, and then do they lie to get on?
Well, sure, that's your big concern, right? And on a case like this, you don't want someone who doesn't want to be there, and you don't want someone who's so eager to be on that jury either, because you have to question their motives, right? Jury duty, while, you find more people that don't want to do it, unfortunately, than people that want to do it. And when you have someone who's charging along, is so eager, you have to question that. And people will not tell the truth completely. For example, in these types of cases, in sex abuse cases, if I'm on the defense, I am concerned with a juror that has some sort of experience with sexual abuse, and that person is going to take it to their grave, right? So they're going to come onto that jury, and they're not going to disclose it. I guarantee that there are jurors in that pool right now that have answered this questionnaire that have said that they don't have any type of experience like that actually do.
Fascinating. Gigi Hadid, the supermodel, was part of the jury pool yesterday. Mark, would you stay? There's no way she's going to actually get picked, obviously. But for the defense, I would stay a million miles away from her. That's the last person I want.
I think you're making a great jury consultant right off the bat here. Yeah, I would absolutely stay away from her. I don't think there's any way she's making it. Look, they have 20 preemptive strikes per side to go along with any of the horse trading that's about to go on and it is horse trading. It's basically the people who have answered the questionnaire, the two sides get together and they say, hey, who's okay with you, and who can we agree on that are okay to move forward. She's not going to make it on. I couldn't imagine that if you're on the defense side. I just could not imagine you leaving her on. I'm curious what other people would think, but no way if I'm there.
Yeah, it seemed like the last person. Rachel Kaufman, when you select it, people always say, oh, it's everything. You could make or break your case in jury selection. In the Weinstein case, how important is this process that they're going through to get the right group of people because of all of the information out there?
I think it's incredibly important, but I do think that unlike a lot of cases, this is going to be an impossible situation to have people who don't know about the Me Too movement, unless they're living under a rock or they're incredibly old and don't read the news. I don't know. I think in this case, the goal would be to keep as many jurors' minds open to the possibility that things are not as they seem. That's all I think that they're going to be able to do. They're never going to be able to win the case, this type of case, with this kind of media coverage, during jury selection. I think it's going to be through demonstrating the relationships that continued with a lot of these alleged victims after they were allegedly raped. It's going to be providing the context and then talking about, I think the Me Too movement could actually help the defense.
How?
Well, I'm thinking to myself that there needs to be, it's been diluted. What rape means per the Me Too movement, it becomes this sliding scale of some of the behavior may be unpleasant or amount to harassment, but doesn't amount to a crime. And so I think that if you can have jurors that understand that you can be sexually harassed or somebody can do something that makes you uncomfortable, but if you don't say no, or there just needs to be a line drawn. And I would be looking for jurors who understand that within the Me Too movement, some of those people have not been raped. I mean, I think that that's the reality of what happens when there is a bandwagon and when people don't want to be left out. So that's what I'd be hoping for.
Right, but a tightrope definitely that would need to be walked by everybody in that courtroom, especially the defense when dealing with that, because you don't want to offend a juror. All right.